campus on the next Oprah. Today at 4, followed by Eyewitness News right here on Channel 7.
The Pepsi scare. Is it a hoax or is it real? At 5.
Andrew.
Hi.
What are you doing up here?
Daydreaming, you know, just daydreaming about the Sunday sermon. And... Did you go shopping?
Yeah, a little. Then I stopped by Marty's house.
Oh, so how's she doing?
Well, she's not great, but she's not terrible, and Swade is keeping her company.
Swade is a very good friend to her, and so are you. Come here, you.
Andrew, what is this?
What?
What is this? I see Sunday's sermon is going to have a decidedly youthful slant.
Yes, well, you know, we are having a baby. I wanted to brush up a little bit and, you know.
Yes, God willing, but sweetheart, my pregnancy test was just confirmed yesterday. You know, we shouldn't get too far ahead of ourselves.
Right you are. What'd you get me?
What? Andrew!
What? Let's see. And exactly how far ahead of ourselves is this getting us?
You are going to be a grandfather.
Yes. But it's rather hush-hush, so I don't want Andrew to know that I told you.
I wouldn't worry about that. Andrew's not exactly on speaking terms with me at the moment.
Oh, Stone, that's so exciting. You must be thrilled.
My feet haven't touched the ground since Andrew and Cassie told me. Those kids were born to be parents.
Yeah, I know. They certainly wanted a child badly enough. I'm very happy they're getting the chance.
Yes. What?
Well, I'm trying very hard to picture Dorian as Grandmama. I'm having a rather hard time doing it.
Oh, Vicky, it's wonderful being with you again. Like knowing there's a little carpenter coming along.
No, it hasn't been that long since we've been together. And, you know, if it weren't...
I know, if it weren't for Kevin's trial coming up and Clint's accident, you'd have more time for me. I understand that. But, Vicky, I need your full attention now. Before it's too late.
Limited liability, contracts, reduction rates, rate of return. I'll call you back. Well, hello to you too.
It's working. I hope you're happy.
What is working?
Your plan to make Kevin and the others look as guilty as possible before the trial even starts.
Rachel, there is no plan.
No, nobody touched off this avalanche of bad press. It just happened.
Oh, come on, Rachel, just calm down.
You know, Kevin was suspended from Landview U because of this. It's amazing how a good dose of bad press can give a school cold feet, you know.
And you're blaming me for that?
Somebody's feeding the information to the media.
Rachel, nobody needs to feed them anything. Not when Kevin and his 3 frat buddies are charged with rape.
No, but you just have to keep issuing statements.
I'm the district attorney. I always keep the public informed on major cases. That is my job. There's nothing personal about that.
Yeah, well, I wish I was as convinced about that as you are.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Some TV reporter jerk was hassling me. Kev, I heard about your dad. I'm sorry. Is he gonna be okay?
Yeah, he is. Thanks.
So what's up? You said this was important.
I wouldn't have called you all here on such short notice if it wasn't.
Let me guess. DA's gonna drop the case.
Cut it out.
We just found out that the police are looking for a sweatband that Marty claimed you gagged her with during the alleged rape.
A sweatband?
Yes, a sweatband. And if it bears traces of Marty's saliva or blood, it could be used by the prosecution to support her claim that you all were forcing yourselves on her. Unless you claim you gagged a willing sex partner. So what can you tell me about a sweatband?
fact of the matter is, I don't know what you're talking about. There was no sweatband.
There was no sweatband in Kevin's room that night?
I don't know. Maybe there was. Maybe there. We didn't put it into Marty's mouth. She wanted to make noise.
Todd, did you cut it out?
Look, I'm not going to cut it out. Look, Marty is completely wigged out on this. She's way off base. Am I right, Zach? Come on. Zach, your girlfriend's making too much noise. Can't you shut her up?
This ought to keep her quiet. Marty is completely out of her tree.
See, I can't believe that the cops are actually buying this.
Well, I guess if we don't make it back into college, we could always be cops.
You guys, this isn't funny, all right? The cops are taking this seriously. Now, they took a couple of wristbands from my room upstairs because they match the description of a sweatband that Marty says you gagged her with. Now, there probably was a sweatband in my room that night.
So what? Well, we didn't use it with Marty.
Todd, are you sure that there is nothing to what Marty is saying
Look,
here?
I think I would remember a bunch of terry cloth jammed into her face, Kevin.
All right, why don't you simmer down?
Look, no, I'm not gonna I'm so tired of you looking down your nose at me, Kevin. Marty wanted to have sex with us. All of us.
He's right, Kevin.
We acceded to her wishes.
All right.
We didn't have to gag her to do that. Why don't you just back off, Kevin?
All right. Now just calm down. You have a right to be jumpy. All of you do. You've been suspended from school, your fraternity's on probation, and you're up on rape charges. But you cannot show this antagonism in the courtroom. You have to present a united front. Do you understand?
Look, we didn't do anything wrong.
Then that's fine. If Marty is lying and there is no sweatband, then there is nothing for the police to find. Ergo, you have nothing to worry about. Right?
Right on.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, there's nothing to worry about.
Pal, is something wrong?
No, I'm real tired.
All right. I'm going to the DA's office and see if I can dig up any more information. I'll be in touch. Will you guys just relax?
I'll walk you out.
Thanks.
See, I told you. I knew the cops were going to get to this sweatband. But did you burn it like I told you? No. Now we can't even find it because you chucked it in the woods like an idiot.
Oh, you should have buried it yourself instead of carrying it around in your pocket
All right,
like a
shut
scout.
up, both of you, okay? The point is the sweatband isn't burned, and it is still in the woods.
Thanks to this genius.
Todd, it doesn't matter how it got there anymore, okay? We gotta hit those woods again right now, and we better find that sweatband, because if we don't, we're the ones who are gonna be scalped.
District Attorney Gannon, in an unusually long statement to the media, vowed to do everything in his power to bring the conviction of Kevin Buchanan and the other 3 students. In an unusually long statement.
I was just doing my job, Rachel.
Doing it or hiding behind it?
Look, Rachel, it's obvious that you are angry, but you are taking it out on the wrong man.
Well, who should I be angry with? Kevin?
Kevin's name wouldn't even be in the paper if he had some decency or some sense.
Wait, is that how you describe him to the media? A man without decency or sense? Oh, you must love that.
Rachel, the man broke the law.
What, your law? The law that says that he shouldn't be involved with me? Well, nothing else has been proven yet. And yet that hasn't stopped you from making sure that the media treats Kevin like one of America's most wanted.
Did I call Llanview University and ask them to suspend Kevin and his 3 buddies? No. Did I write those articles in the newspaper? Or those stories on the TV newscast? No. All I did was present the facts of the case.
In the worst light possible.
Do you know a good light for an accused rapist?
Why won't you just listen to me?
Rachel, I am listening to you. I just don't agree with you.
Daddy, why can't you see how unfair you are being to Kevin?
Well, I think you're being unfair to me.
What?
Rachel, ever since you got it in your head that I hate Kevin Buchanan, you see everything that I say or do as some maniacal vendetta against him. Well, I've got a news flash for you. There is no conspiracy here. The man was charged with rape. And the fact that it's my job to prosecute him, it means everything. The fact that he's your boyfriend means nothing.
You know, I know that justice is blind. I just never thought you would be.
why all the urgency?
Here it is, galley proof, Lord of the Banner.
Your book is ready to go to press. Wow.
Edited, fully proofread. All it needs is one last thing. You.
Oh. You want me to read it, huh?
Vicky, I've been wanting you to read it for months. You see, the book started out as a simple history of Victor Lord's military career. But it's taken on a life of its own. It's become something much more.
Much more intimate.
Exactly. Now, that's why you have to read it. Let me know if there are any changes to be made.
Changes? Good heavens, it's your book.
No, it's about your father. Now, there are elements in this book that may make you uncomfortable. I can't decide what those elements are. You must read the book. I'll make the changes, but you have to let me know about them now. Otherwise, the book will go to press as is.
I appreciate the offer so much. It's so typically generous of you. Unfortunately, there's no way that I can read this now and give it the full attention that it deserves with Kevin's trial starting so soon.
You had the first draft for months. You never read it.
You know, I really didn't get around to it.
You didn't let yourself get around to it. Now, what is it about reading my book that is so frightening to you?
So you think your dishes are clean, do you? Look closer. Rinse water.
I saw Rachel leaving on my way into the building. She looked pretty upset.
Well, everybody has a bad day.
Don't suppose she was up here seeing you, was she?
Well, what if she was?
Now I know why she was in such a bad mood. Did she come up here to talk about Kevin?
Did you?
Sorry. Let's see. You're tense, very irritable, nervous. Did I leave anything out?
Try under the gun. The trial starts tomorrow.
Which means you still have a few precious hours left to do what you always say you should do before a case. Unwind.
Did I say that?
Ooh, blow up steam is a courtroom's dream. Now that is a direct quote from the man I am looking at.
Well, now that depends on how that steam is blown off, you know.
I can think of a lot of ways.
Hank?
This ain't one of them.
You want to tell me what the deal is with this phantom sweatband that you and your band of merry men are searching for? Huh, Sheila?
How did you know about that?
I have my ways.
Funny, that's exactly what I was just telling Hank. Hi, Nora.
Yeah, well, maybe you can use a little sweatband yourself. I mean, since your boys are getting all that bad press and they were booted out of school.
How did you know about that?
Oh, Nora, you're not the only one with ways. Actually, Rachel told me. Or shall I say, Rachel blamed me.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that anyone accused Hank the Cannon Gannon of firing off a volley of pre-trial dirty tricks.
Now, you just name one time I did something like that. Name one!
Oh, you got an hour? I'll tell you. Let's start with the second-year law school.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Sheila, wait. Sheila, wait.
For what? For what? For you two to call a truce? It's not going to happen. But do me a favor. Cease firing till a civilian clears out.
Well, I guess criminal law and domestic bliss don't get along any better than when you and I were married.
And I guess it never will, as long as you're involved.
Well, call me a fool, because I'm about to take another shot at it.
What are you talking about?
I moved in with Bo. Not that you'd care, of course.
All right, you caught me red-handed.
red sweatered.
Oh, Andrew, isn't it the cutest little thing? I just had to buy it. I mean, I'm not rushing anything, am I? And I'm not tempting fate or terrible, am I?
No, you're not terrible. And as far as tempting fate goes, I have faith that we're going to have this baby. And I'll tell you something. When I touch you, I just want to celebrate.
Oh. Is that this tingling sensation I'm getting all up and down my body and urge to celebrate?
Definitely.
Then let the celebration begin. Andrew, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, Cass. It's just that, you know, I got this kind of a flash of fear.
About what?
Well, I was just thinking that, you know, if we go ahead and do, you know, this is crazy, I know, but if we do this, then maybe I'm going to end up hurting...
Hurting the baby?
Yeah, you know. Well, I want a healthy baby more than anything in the world. You know that.
Well, sweetheart, since when is sex between married, consenting adults not healthy, even if they're expecting a baby?
Well, no, I know the doctor said it was fine, and, you know, and I know up here that it's fine. It's just that, you know...
Well, you know, making love isn't going to matter to little Amos or Esther here, but it sure is going to matter to me.
Yeah. I know, Cass. I know. It's just that...
Andrew?
What?
What happened to Mr. Faith?
Oh, I got tons of faith. It's just that I got a little bit of fear there, you know?
All right. In that case. I'll swap you.
You are as sneaky as I am. You know that?
Well, since you don't believe me that making love is perfectly safe, then, turn to page 174.
174, huh? I'll tell you something, Cass. I don't need this book to believe you, you know? Where were we, huh?
About to celebrate.
About to celebrate.
There has to be a reason you won't read my book. You think it won't be any good?
Oh, no, of course not. I don't know. I suppose that I'm a little reluctant to read something that might remind me of certain unpleasant facets of my father's character. I mean, he was an extraordinarily complicated man.
Unlike his daughter.
Yes, of course I'm frightened. Not so much by what I'll find here, but by what I might find here.
What do you mean?
I guess I'm afraid that maybe I'll read something that might disturb me, and then I'll ask you to change it.
Well, that's exactly why I asked you to read it.
But that's censorship, and that's very, very wrong. I mean, to squelch the truth simply because somebody doesn't know how to deal with it. That's absurd. I've spent my whole career trying to bring truth to light.
Yes. And what's in here is true, as far as I know. What's in here is that I love you very much, and I would rather give up writing altogether than to publish something that would hurt you.
You know, this is exactly the same dilemma that Clint and I faced when we were deciding how to handle Kevin's case in the Banner.
Well, how did you resolve that?
We printed the truth.
Well, then.
I'll read it. I promise you I will read it. I really should go.
No, don't go anywhere. Except upstairs with me.
What's upstairs?
I took a room for us. Kevin can spare you for a couple of hours. I can't. Come with me right now.
Well, Todd swore up and down they did not gag Marty.
They still don't deny sleeping with her, do they?
Oh, hardly, no. In fact, they practically bragged about how she begged them to sleep with her.
Even if she did, to think they'd actually do it, I mean, I'm sorry, Kevin, but Todd, Zach, and Powell may be brothers to you. They're just sickos to me.
I'm starting to agree with you. But that does not make them rapists. Marty's crazy enough to accuse me of raping her when I didn't so much as touch her. I could see how she could point the finger at Todd and the other guys.
Look, if this is all in Marty's mind, why do you look so worried?
It's a sweatband thing. I've got a million of them. There's probably one in the room that night. Now, what if the cops have it and they're going to try to use it against us? Or is Marty's imagination just in hyperdrive, like Zach says?
Why don't you come to the suite with me? We'll have it all to ourselves, and maybe I could just hold you and make you forget about all this?
I don't know what I would do without you, you know that?
You know, I wish I could just do more. If only my mom would call me to testify in your behalf.
Well, Nora, I remember when you first moved in with me. We had this huge fight over where to put that sofa.
Yeah, you wanted me to put it back on the street where I found it.
It was junk.
It was great. No offense, but things with Beau were very different.
Well, then I guess congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Yeah. I take it that now that you're moving in with Beau, you've gotten over that crazy notion that you are somehow responsible for the death of Sarah Buchanan.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess I was a little paranoid. Yeah, that's ancient history.
Yeah. And what about Rachel? Is she ancient history, too, now that you're setting up house with Beau?
Of course not. As a matter of fact, she was the one who encouraged me to do this. Besides, you even told me that Rachel was old enough to have a little privacy, especially since she's going through everything with Kevin.
Well, they've got you both sucked in, right?
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
It means that you and Rachel, I mean, your feelings toward the Buchanans has blinded you to the fact that's right in front of your eyes. Look, is this the picture of an innocent man?
Oh, you know, why don't you save all this anti-Kevin drumming up for the jury, all right? I've seen this act before.
Nora, I am not doing this for your sake. I'm doing this for Rachel's peace of mind. Wait a minute. Why didn't I spot that before?
Spot what?
Look, it may be nothing.
Well, what if it's not nothing?
Then you'll hear about it soon enough in court.
Fine. Have it your way. I have got a lot of homework to do before the big event, so why don't you just give me your updated list on your witnesses, and I will be on my merry way.
Okay, fine. First, I've got to add another name to the list.
Thank you. Rachel Gannon. Hank, no. You cannot call Rachel to testify against Kevin. He cuts you out of her life, which is exactly what she's going to do when you put her on the stand as a hostile witness.
Well, Nora, I may not have any choice about that.
Oh, Hank, Rachel loves Kevin. Are you that determined to win this case that you're going to destroy her happiness just to make that happen?
Oh, come on. This is a question about law.
Well, it's certainly not a question about fairness.
You see this?
A subpoena with Rachel's name on it. That's just wonderful, Gannon.
Yeah. Well, do you think I want to do it? You're wrong. I do not. But the problem is, I have questioned everybody from that frat house party. And the only one who was sober, who confronted Kevin coming down from that room, is Rachel. She saw Marty and Kevin after the alleged rape took place.
That's exactly it. After this alleged rape. Therefore, she couldn't possibly be a witness to any rape. Her testimony can't be that important.
It is crucial if I want to establish Marty and Kevin's appearance to prove that there was a struggle in that room earlier that evening.
You put Rachel on the stand, and you will end up with less than you have now.
Well, I am sorry, Nora.
God.
But in this situation, I've got to be the district attorney, not the father.
Well, you might as well forget you ever were a father.
No, Ace, I just got back to Landview. No, the doctors say that Clint is doing much better now. Actually, he's in better spirits, too, and they're glad about that. No, I left a message on Vicky's machine. Oh, no, thank you. Not right now. Look, I'm really whipped. No, I've been up for about 48 hours straight. I really need to crash. Yeah, right, Asa. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
That is so romantic. I suppose there's nothing really standing in our way, but...
That's why I took the room. So there'd be no buts and no way for you to talk yourself out of being with me.
Is that what you think I've been doing?
Tell me the truth. Do you still love me?
I think I love you more than I ever have, yes. But somebody else I love is in such terrible trouble.
Kevin.
Yes. And until Kevin is completely exonerated, I feel like my whole life is on hold.
Including your feelings, your desires? That's impossible. We're alive. We have needs. My need is not to be on the edge of your life, glaring in, but to be at the very center of it. If only for a few glorious hours. Come with me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Miss Gannon, I have an urgent message for you.
Thanks. Right. My dad wants to see me immediately. I just came from there.
Oh. Well, I could go with you.
No, I think I better do this alone. I mean, just imagine the stir you would cause marching into the DA's office, right?
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Love you. Darling?
Kevin, what's wrong?
You mean as of today? You didn't tell him, Mom? It seems that Landview University has done a little pretrial judging of their own and decided to suspend me.
Well, that's outrageous. I know the president, Bill Thames. I'll call him right away.
Don't bother. I've already spoken with him. It was a total waste of breath.
Oh, dear. Excuse me for a moment.
I'm going on trial tomorrow for rape, Mom. Me. I don't know if I can handle this.
Yes, you can, darling, and you will. You will, and I will be with you. I will never leave your side, not for 1 second. After 3 weeks of dark chocolate.
Okay, how about Henry?
Too stuffy. Horace.
Horace, talk about stuffy. What about Harry?
No, it's too much like Henry. Oh, Andrew. Now that we've rushed past the point of not rushing, I have an incredibly premature gift for you. Here, open it.
For me? All right.
I couldn't wait till Sunday. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sweetie. I promise you I'm going to try every day of my life to be the world's greatest dad.
Well, then you're going to succeed brilliantly. Because when you set your mind to be the world's greatest husband and the world's greatest lover, you succeeded brilliantly.
Because I got the world's greatest wife.
Aha! Andrew, we got to get up, remember? Swade and Jason's get-together surprise party for Marty.
Oh, you know, I've been so happy that Swade is finding his way back to Marty. I haven't even been thinking about her hardly at all.
Sweetheart, that's a miracle in itself.
Yeah. Speaking of Marty, you know what the real miracle's going to be? The real miracle's going to be love. That's the only thing that's going to get her through this nightmare. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it.
This is a nightmare. My feet are killing me.
Look, we gotta find the sweatband, okay? You know, I still can't believe you don't remember where you chucked it.
Now, give me a break, Zach.
Yeah, Todd's the one that's gonna give us a break. You know, the reason why he's ticked off at you is because you practically gave it away with Nora Gannon when she was pumping you about the sweatband.
Look, I was a little nervous, all right?
No, pal, it's not all right. Because if you don't get your act together, you're gonna get up on that witness stand and you're gonna fall apart like a cardboard belt and make us look guilty.
Well, aren't we?
Look, I don't want to hear you talk about that, okay? Come on, let's look over there, all right?
Milton, what are you doing creeping up on me?
Actually, I'm creeping up on eastern spotted newts for my summer biology course. What are you dudes looking for so intently?
What are we looking for? My Kappa Alpha ring. Yeah, I lost it out here after the party, and Zach here's helping me look for it.
Well, if you see any spotted newts, let me know.
Sure thing, Milton.
Ow.
Nice job, man. You see how easy it is to score a tackle? Maybe you're not going to be such a stiff on the stand after all.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're ever going to find that sweatband.
Well, I guess if we can't find it, then the cops never will, so our troubles are over, right?
Shouldn't we call in the bailiff to swear me in? I mean, if you're going to be grilling me like this, shouldn't it be official?
Look, Rachel, you've got some information pertaining to this case, and I need it. Now, you saw Kevin Buchanan coming down from his room that night, and he told you something, didn't he? Either earlier or later, he told you something about him and Marty.
But why are you doing this to me? Why don't you just leave me alone?
Well, Rachel, I wish I could. Look at this. A photographer took this picture the night of the party. He was hired to take souvenir snapshots. Now, this is what Kevin looked like when you saw him. Like he'd been through some kind of a struggle. Look at it, Rachel.
I don't have to do this.
Look at this. And look at this. This is Marty in the beginning of the party. And this is Marty leaving the party. What do you notice about these pictures?
They're overexposed.
The sweater that Marty is wearing in the beginning is different than the one she was wearing when she was leaving. I mean, I just noticed this myself. You recognize the second sweater? Did you recognize it that night? Maybe because it belongs to Kevin Buchanan?
What difference does it make whose sweater it is?
Look, if it doesn't make any difference, why don't you answer the question?
Are you calling me a liar?
Rachel, you looked me straight in the face and said that you didn't see Marty leaving that party. But you did, and I can prove it.
How?
With a photograph of you looking at Marty as she was heading toward the door. You lied to me, Rachel. But if you lie to me now, I will have you sworn in on the witness stand.
You'd make me testify against Kevin.
Rachel, in a New York minute.
Then you better take Gannon off this. Because if you call me to the stand, you won't have a daughter anymore.
So the police are searching for this sweatband that matches the 2 wristbands that they found in my room that day. It just blows me away that Marty got so crazy about this. I mean, does she actually believe this garbage?
She
Mom, how can you say that?
Because, darling, when I went to see her in the hospital after the lupus flare-up, and she told me that she was raped, I could have sworn she was telling the truth. The thing is, I think if Marty is lying, she doesn't know it.
Well, she's got to be completely deluded.
But, sweetheart, she's sick. She has lupus, just like Megan did. Maybe I'll call Larry. Maybe he can shed some sort of light on this. I mean, maybe the lupus is doing something to her that's causing her to behave like this.
Well, I guess I'll see you back at home. Thanks, Mom.
Bye. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you had to talk to Kevin, and I suppose now you'll have to go spend some time with your family. I understand. We'll see each other another time.
No, we won't.
No. We are going to see each other right now. You know why?
Why?
Because I need you. I need you so. I need to put my arms around you. I need to hold on to you. Tomorrow, in that courtroom, my whole world might come crashing down around me. But that hasn't happened yet. So let's go upstairs.
Walk this way.
Daddy, if you love me, please, don't make me do this.
Rachel, it's because I love you that I have to do this.
That doesn't make any sense.
And neither does living in a world where men can viciously violate a woman and get away with it scot-free, unless there's an airtight case against them.
Kevin is not a rapist.
We'll let the jury decide that. But like it or not, you've got information that the jury needs to reach a verdict. Now, it is my job and your responsibility to give that to them. Justice demands that you speak up, Rachel.
Is this really about justice?
What are you talking about?
You don't need me and my precious information. Not when you have these. If you want to prove that Marty was wearing a different sweater, show the picture. If you want to prove to the jury that Kevin was involved with some struggle, show the picture. The only reason for me to take a stand is not about justice, it's about you. You wanting to punish me for loving a rich, spoiled, white Kevin Buchanan.
That is a lie.
What's going on? It's the end of an interview. And maybe a whole lot more. Since you are so gung-ho on our legal system, I will repeat what I said for a witness. If you call me to the stand to testify against Kevin, you can forget you ever had a daughter.
Hank, don't tell me you're actually thinking of calling Rachel in as a hostile witness.
Look, Sheila, I know what I'm doing, all right? Now, Rachel knows something about this case, but she's hiding it.
Honey, what could she possibly know?
I think that Kevin Buchanan told her that he slept with Marty.
Now, why would she withhold that information from you?
Oh, because she knows that I will use it to prove that he's lying. Not only is he lying about sleeping with her, but he's lying about raping her, too.
Hank, you are putting Rachel in a horrible position.
Sheila, I don't need another argument about this, okay? Now, Rachel will understand in time. Now, what were you saying earlier about blowing off some steam? Huh?
I don't feel like it now.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe you will change your mind once we get to Rhodey's. Come on, what do you say? How about a couple of beers?
Oh, man. I definitely need another one of these. Come on, let's hop over to Rhodey's for a couple of trial-eat brewskis.
Wait, I don't think that's so smart.
Look, I wouldn't talk about smart when you can't even remember where you chucked the damn sweatband.
Look, I don't think we're gonna find the sweatband. Just forget about it, all right? I I don't want Todd to blow a gasket about it.
No, don't worry about Todd. He's got other things to worry about. His dad's coming into town for the trial.
So?
So you've never met Todd's father. He's scared to death of him.
I think Todd was scared of anything.
Well, think again.
Can't believe Todd was my hero.
Could have done worse.
I doubt that. I let him talk me into making the biggest mistake of my life. And for what? To be one of the guys? One of the guys in jail. I'm sorry I ever met him. Or you.
Pal, you know what your problem is? You're tense. Look, our lady lawyer said we need to relax, okay? So tonight we're gonna relax.
Yeah, how?
By partying at Rhodey's. We're gonna turn it up to 10 and show the whole world that we've got nothing to worry about!
Wait, I'm going home.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We're United Front, remember? You're stuck with us, whether you like it or not.
Sam is going to show you why my dirt